G'day and welcome to another Pokemon Go video. So jumping into Go Battle League, and as you can see currently rank 9. I've got a playlist, so I'll link that now if you want to see my other Little Cup battles. As you might guess, we're going to jump into Little Cup. So I'm currently in rank 9 and pushing up for rank 10, and let's see what we get. So hopefully I can win a few games and boost up. So I'm running Chinchou, Seal, and Bronzor, so nothing new there. I've got my other videos, my last video, I think I was running these three. So Seal is running Lick, Aquatail, and Icy Wind. The others are running, as you would expect, Confusion, Psyshock, and Heavy Slam for Bronzor, and Bubble, Bubble Beam, and Thunderbolt for Chinchou. So Lick on Seal is about the only difference to probably what was recommended. So there's toss up between Ice Shard and Lick, so take your pick. So on this matchup, so what I do is throw my Bubble Beam and don't shield this up. So going to, if they decide to charge me down, I'll get to a second Bubble Beam, so fine, they just have no energy, and then let them throw their energy, because that was absolutely perfect timing for me to be able to get 2 off and then jump in. So come out with Bronzor and look to farm this down. Let's see what they want to do. So will they... No switching out, so that's good. And what this will allow me to do is charge up and get to almost 2 Psyshocks at whatever comes out next. So out comes Barboach, and so this is, well, not ideal for me, but not too bad, because obviously Barboach is going to be super effective, so able to store up a little bit of extra energy. So out comes their own Bronzor here. So interesting call, especially because I'm running the Lick variant, but I do need to save a shield for potentially for my Bronzor in the back if it's going to deal with the Barboach. So going to look to lick this down and make a sack swap here. So not necessarily a sack swap, but swap in and try and burn some energy. So going to, expecting the Barboach to come through, so I'm going to save up for the double Psyshock, throw the first one, grab that last shield, and throw the second one and see if I can get it down. So not able to charge it down. I am going to shield this up because I don't think they've got back-to-back mud bombs. My Confusion is able to take it down, and I've got more energy than they do, so this is a fairly straightforward match. Hopefully they quit and realise that that's the case. They do, so save us the trouble of the world's most painful match, which is the Bronzor mirror match there. So able to take game 1, as that's a good game. So jumping into the next one, we're up against a rank 10 player. So we've got a Drifloon on the lead, so that's not too bad for me. So what I'm going to do here is not shield this up. They were far too fast for a Shadow Ball. So it is going to be the Icy Wind, so let that go. Charge up to the Thunderbolt, but throw the Bubble Beam, and I'm able to grab a shield, so that's absolutely spectacular. So I'm not going to shield here. Icy Wind, another Icy Wind comes through. I survive, get to the Thunderbolt, and let's hope we don't get 2 shields. They don't shield the second one, and I'm able to take it out with a shield advantage. So this is actually really bad for me. So having a Dino here is really, really bad. I'm going to need to shield this up. So Crunch comes through, that's absolutely fine. So out comes their Bronzor, save up to back-to-back Aquatails before I jump out, and I'm going to jump out and get my Bronzor on this mirror match. So welcome to the world's most boring match. Unfortunately, this one will be playing out because obviously there's still a lot in the balance there. So unfortunately, I got a little bit of overtap there, so I think I might have lost a little bit of energy, and then going to throw back-to-back heavy slams to try and do as much damage as I can. So they've swapped into their Dino, so I'm going to instantly swap into my Seal, throw the Icy Wind to see if I can get a well, to get their last shield, able to get their last shield, and then out comes their Bronzor, but they know that that's good game right there, and able to take that one fairly comfortably in the end. So we'll jump into the next one, another rank 10 player. So fortunately or unfortunately, rank 10 this season is fairly easy to get to, so yeah, we'll leave it at that, shall we? So jumping into the next one, we've got Seal on the lead, so going to let this Icy Wind go through. Going to charge up a lot of extra energy, throw the Bubble Beam, and try and grab the shield. So what I've found out is if I charge up a lot of extra energy, usually they will shield that first one, and then I can throw my Thunderbolt, which they then do not shield. So works out a little bit nicer for me, able to get to the Bubble Beam here. I'm going to be able to debuff the Bronzor for when I come out, so able to get to another one. They're obviously wanting to store up a lot of energy here, which is absolutely fine, assuming they want to throw it all on my Bronzor when I bring that out to mirror, which they don't, which is unfortunate. So out comes the Dino. So Dino is becoming a little bit more popular. I hadn't seen it for a few sets, but now getting close to rank 10, it seems to be popping up a lot more. So I'm going to throw the Icy Wind here, do grab that last shield, and it does debuff, so that's absolutely spectacular for me. So I am going to drop my second shield, so now we're equal on shield, so able to get to the next Icy Wind, and let's see what they want to do here. So they realise that that is good game, and they leave, so to stop us the frustration of having to watch it. So there's another good game right there. So one I have been finding is a little bit difficult. Let's see if it is this matchup. Is the Dino on the lead, because I don't really have anything to swap out to, and my Chinchou doesn't really perform that well. So here, instead of just faking anything, I'm just going to throw straight into the Bubble Beam, get the debuff off straight away, and let them go their hardest here. And we'll see what they want to do. So going to let the Body Slam go through. It is going to unfortunately take me out. Going to bring in the Seal here and look to do some lick damage. Obviously lick is going to be resisted, which is unfortunate, and they do throw the Crunch, so that does a whole lot of damage. So here I want to take them out before they're able to get to another charge move. That Dragon Breath is just absolutely oppressive when you don't resist it, and they bring out their own Seal, and this is good game right here. So I'm wanting to, well, they're going to debuff me here, and thought about quitting there, but then I'm thinking they've swapped into Seal. Seal's not the ultimate counter. However, I do think at this point Seal is going to get the job done. I'm going to throw my Psy Shock and try and do some damage there. So they're going to, I'm going to shield up again and see what they have. It'd be nice to at least see what they have in the back. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get there. As it turns out, it looks like a double shielded Seal versus a double shielded Bronzor. Seal's going to take the win if they Icy Wind me, and do the debuff. So really bad matchup there for me. Didn't even get to see what was in the back. So Dino on the lead, really not ideal. Why not on the lead? So again, another interesting one here. I'm going to look to go straight for the Bubble Beam, debuff here, and hope that it's Mirror Coat, which does take 8 to get to. Mirror Coat doesn't do too much damage. Unfortunately, it still does quite a bit of damage, actually. So was not expecting that. So they're going to go straight for the debuff again, and we'll see what we get here. Still not going for a shield, so that's fine. I'm going to start throwing these Thunderbolts. So Thunderbolt, as you can see, does a lot more damage. Let's see what they want to do. I'm able to get to another Bubble Beam. Absolutely perfect. So they're either going to have to shield up, which they have chosen to do, or they're going to let me go here. So I'm going to bring in the Bronzor because I am expecting to be hit by at least one Mirror Coat, potentially two. So they've decided to swap out into Stunky. So that's an interesting one there, and I'm going to try and throw these aqua tails as quickly as possible. I'm going to shield this up because I'm expecting it to be, well, there you go, it is the crunch, and being a shadow, it is going to do a lot more damage, so I do want to take that out. So I'm going to throw into the next one and see what comes out. So out comes the Wynor again. I'm not going to shield this up. And it is going to unfortunately take me out. So going to look to charge down here, and then out comes their own Bronzor, except it is not running Confusion, which does mean it. I need to figure out whether it's at an advantage here, because it's going to. My Confusion is going to be double resisted, and I think their moves is at Pound, is only going to be single resisted. So yeah, so not looking good for me here, and we'll see if we can do a little bit of extra damage, and however, it looks like it is definitely taking this game. It's been able to outpace me quite significantly to the moves. So here I'm going to throw one more charge move, and then I'm hoping that I resign the game and don't force this out, which I do. So very good game. Right there from the opponent, and that's interesting there. So able to go 3 and 2 in that set. So get rewarded with the match shot, which is always good. I've got a video on excellent throws. I'll link that now as well. So if you want to check that out, improving them, that is, you can do. So currently a rank 9, and boom, there is rank 10. So finally able to get to rank 10. With 68 wins, I think that is, and looking to go quite significantly well. So 68 wins out of 110 battles, so really not too bad. Okay, jumping into Little Cup, and there's the team. So the team that I'm running is the same. Good old Chinchou, Seal, and Bronzor in the back. All moves are as you would expect, except for maybe the Seal that is running Lick instead of Ice Shard. So Ice Shard would be much better against Dino, which I have run into a few times, as you saw. But the Lick is much better against Bronzor. So on the lead, they've got a Galarian Meowth, which is an interesting call. I'm not sure what they're going to be running, so I shield up this first one. It is a Night Slash, and the reason I want to shield up this first one is because when the second one comes through, I will be able to let it go because it will be debuffed. So it is a very weak Pokemon, as it turns out. So these bubbles are going to absolute town. The Night Slash doesn't do too much damage because it's been debuffed, and then I'm just going to go straight bubble to take it out. So I do get a shield here, and then able to charge it down. So that's absolutely spectacular. So out comes the Bronzor. So good to see that, and I'll be able to debuff it a couple of times. If they they don't have a choice, it's going to be debuffed a couple of times, and then when I bring out my own to mirror it, I will be in a really good advantage. So not able to get to a third one, but wasn't expecting it to be the case. So going to come out with my own here and expect to see them swap out. So out comes the Lotad. So really interesting team here. Lotad, not sure what it's going to have. It is the Bubble Beam bait, so really bad for me. And I'm going to throw Ice Beam here. They can choose to shield up or not. So they didn't shield up. It's going to do neutral damage because obviously Ice is going to be resisted by the water, but also super effective against the grass typing. So no shields here, and it looks like they don't have a massive move because they throw the Bubble Beam again when shields are down, and they leave the game. They know that's GG's right there. So really good game one on the hunt for this Pikachu Libre. So jumping into game number 2, and you're going to see a lot of 10s. So this time I've got the Dino on the lead again, and I'm going to slightly play this differently here. So I'm going to shield up this first one. Unfortunately, it is the Body Slam. I'm going to over farm and then swap out into my own Bronzor. So I've got energy stored up on the Chinchou, and what I'm hoping is they decide to swap out as well. So they swap out a little bit late, and I hold on to my energy so I can now throw a couple of Psyshocks here, hopefully before they can debuff me. Unfortunately, they get to an Icy Wind and debuff me, so that's not ideal. But let's see what they want to do. So there is their second shield, so now we're equal on shields. I'm hoping that they throw... well, it doesn't really matter what they throw, I will be able to survive. And then I over tap, so don't get to throw another Psy shock, which is just really, really bad. Really bad. So what I'm going to do here is commit to the farm down, expecting to see an Icy Wind come through. It's not going to do too much damage, but it does debuff me, which is really, really bad. And then we'll see what comes out. So, am I going to see the... No. So, going to see a Bronzor come out, which is okay with me, but not ideal that I've been debuffed, because I don't really want to swap this out. But what I possibly should have done is swap this out to be able to throw energy on my... So they're going to swap in Dino to take the last bit of damage. Instantly comes Chinchou, going to throw the Thunderbolt, but not able to take out the Dino, but not able to take out the Bronzor. So what I probably should have done is swap straight out of the Bronzor match to clear that debuff on the Seal, so it could have come back in and done a whole lot more damage on the Bronzor, but not to be. So there's game over. So Seal on the lead again. Running Lick is not ideal because obviously it's going to be doing neutral damage, and my bubbles are going to be resisted. So they've actually swapped this out, and so what I'm going to do here is throw the Bubble Beam, leave this in, and because they've swapped in the Dino, I haven't really got anything else. I'm going to just throw another I'm going to throw a Thunderbolt here, which will do huge amounts of damage if they don't shield. They don't shield. Down goes Dino. Absolutely perfect. Here, they're going to have a lot of energy to throw, but in comes Seal. Seal's going to be able to tank most of these. I don't want this matching up against my... Well, not that I don't want it matching up, but I'd rather avoid it matching up on my Bronzor. So I'm going to throw my own Icy Wind there and then go to town licking this thing away. So I'm going to shield this up because I want to... I'm happy to match shields. Out comes their Bronzor. So I'm going to Icy Wind it before I get out of there, and then going to match with my own. So this will mean I will be able to take this match pretty comfortably, just because it is debuffed. If they choose to shield up, that's fine. I can do the same. Otherwise, this is going to be doing a lot more damage mine, because I'm not debuffed as they are. So unfortunately this is a boring match. So here they swap into their Seal and do a nice catch. They shield that up, which is interesting. Get a nice bit of lag right there. I'm going to let this go through. It is the Aqua Tail, so in hindsight I probably should have swapped that over. Out comes their Bronzor. I'm going to shield this one up because I do want to get to a charge move here. Going to be able to get to the Aqua Tail, which is going to do a little bit of damage there, and then going to look to lick that thing down. So I come out. I've got a stored Heavy Slam in the bag, and going to be able to get to another Heavy Slam before they're able to get to a charge move and take this game. So that's a good game right there. So really close in the end, but still able to take that one fairly comfortable. They were storing up a lot of energy, probably looking to go back-to-back charge moves to take the game, but able to take that one. So happy days. So we'll jump into the next one. And we've got Bronzor on the lead. So again, this is not terrible for me. So what I usually do here is throw straight into the Thunderbolt, which is what I'm doing. They won't shield this up, which is perfect. I will shield up their first move, like I'm doing, and then I will throw a Bubble Beam, and they hopefully will shield up the Bubble Beam because they do not want to get, so over farm just a little bit so it looks like it's another Thunderbolt, and then hopefully I grab the shield, which I do. If I grab the shield, I will shield myself. I'm happy going down one shield. If I don't grab the shield, then I will let this go at this point because I only want to be down 1 shield. So I'm going to throw the bubble beam, which is fine. They shield that up. And what I want to do here is try and catch their charge move on my own Bronzor. So able to catch that charge move. And I've got a Chinchou in the back with a bit of energy. So got low health, but it has got energy. So they swap into a Drifloon, and they throw this energy far too quickly. Well, I think it is a Shadow Ball. It is the Shadow Ball, and it doesn't quite take me out. And we're able to charge each other down at the same time. So I'm going to bring in my Seal, and here I make a little bit of a mistake, and I get a glitch, and the screen is up, which is really unfortunate for me. Which means I lost energy on my Chinchou, so I wasn't able to throw the bubble beam on the Cottony. So this is going to be a very close game, but I am able to take it out and take the win. So had I not had the glitch that held the swap screen up, would have been a much nicer match, because I would have been able to debuff them with the Chinchou's bubble beam. It would have done next to no damage, but would have been able to debuff them, and then I would have been able to come back in, and same thing with Seal. Would have just had a little bit more health left over. So this one, I've got Shelmet on the lead. I'm going to go straight for the Thunderbolt here. No shield, absolutely spectacular. So they go the body slam, so not ideal for me. I'm going to look to charge down, so I don't want to go 2 shields down here. Happy to go 1, and it is the signal beam, so that does do a lot more damage, but I am able to then fast move farm this down. Here I think I make a bit of a mistake, yeah, so they bring out a Seal and I go for a Thunderbolt, so they're obviously going to shield that. Should have just thrown the bubble beam there to get the debuff on them. So that was sort of my big mistake there, because at this point they would have been debuffed, and yeah, it would have been looking good to be able to be in the mirror match. Instead, they get to the Icy Wind first to debuff me, and that's not looking good. So I'm going to be throwing another Icy Wind here, so I'm going to shield this up just because I don't want to go down too quickly. Out comes a Bronzor, so interesting from their point of view. Going to switch into my own, and again I like to debuff first so I can get the advantage here. However, they have got a shield advantage, and it would have probably been nice to keep some energy on the Seal to be able to do some damage at the end. So this is not looking ideal. So the misplays that I've had so far were throwing Thunderbolt on the Seal. Should have thrown a bubble beam to debuff it straight away, and then potentially throwing that energy there, because they will be able to swap out and clear this debuff shortly. Let's see if they're able to do it. As you can see, there you go. So they've swapped out, and luckily I stored up extra energy. I am able to farm, able to get that last shield. Unfortunately, I'm not able to charge them down before they're able to get there. So I'm going to swap into my own Seal here, and they've got energy, so really not ideal for me. They're able to throw that energy before I'm really able to get too much damage, and they've got more health. So this is going to come down to the wire, except time is up, and they have got more health. So that is a good game. So really frustrating there, but able to go 3 and 2, and there it is, Pikachu Libre. Look at that that front kick. Able to get the excellent throw. So like I said, check out those videos, and I'll link another one now on how to improve your excellent throws. But there is Pikachu Libre, so that is really cool. Been looking to get that, so not too bad on the IVs. So like I keep saying, this season fairly easy to get rank 10. Give it a go. So everyone needs to just jump in, and you can plow through. So get through a few games and you'll be able to do it. So there is a bit of extra bonus, but able to get to rank 10 and get that Pikachu Libre. So good luck. Hopefully everybody else is doing just as well and able to get to rank 10 this season and get that Pikachu Libre. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully it was useful for someone, or interesting at least, maybe. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.